Hey fraggers, welcome back to the channel, and today I have one of the best games that I've ever had on Battlefield 2042, and definitely with the Killswitch game mode. Me myself, I'm a grinder. Actually didn't used to be one, but in this game with Battlefield 2042 I decided to go for tier 1. I can't promise you I'll be able to complete tier 1 for every single item in the game. I mean specialists, weapons, gear, vehicles, but at least I'll give it a try. I sort of enjoy it. I wouldn't call it the best grind ever. Me personally, I didn't used to be a grinder before Modern Warfare 2019. That's actually when I got back into playing Call of Duty. I think I dropped out of Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 3, even though I know that Black Ops 2 was probably one of the best games, but I didn't play it in its prime. I finished my relationship, so to speak, with Call of Duty, with Modern Warfare Modern Warfare 3, and then moved on to other games like Battlefield. Arguably, we had the best era of Battlefield with Battlefield 3, then Battlefield 4, then BF1 as well. Yeah, I didn't used to be a grinder before MW 2019. Since then I went for Damascus, Dark Ether in Cold War, and Dark Matter in that game, and I'm still actually grinding Vanguard. I think I didn't really play Vanguard that much, because when the game launched it was just awful. First of all, a World War II game with no factions, just some ridiculous weapons they added along the way, like basically F2000's assault rifle and that EX1 from Advanced Warfare. That's just totally ridiculous and kind of throws you off balance and just kills the fun for me. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. You see me grind NVK P125, I think. It's definitely one of the best pistols in the game. The way I do challenges, and especially the grinds in Battlefield and Call of Duty, I like to go for the hardest weapons, hardest items first, and it's kind of like, you know, allows me to get it done at the very beginning. When you actually grow tired of the grind, you realize that you're moving to better items, better weapons, better gear, things that are really fun to use. As you may guess, I'm trying to get all of my pistols tier 1, and then I'll probably move on to the next category of weapons. In this case, I think it's going to be the LMGs. I've never actually liked playing with LMGs, don't know why. Doesn't mean they're bad weapons, I just don't like it. They feel clunky, movement is slower, and I just don't like them in general. But anyway, back to the game mode itself. I think this is what innovation should be. They shouldn't have removed the class system when Battlefield 2042 launched. I don't really like specialists because they are unbalanced. As you can see, I'm also grinding Boris. I think Boris is one of the worst specialists in the game. That sentry gun is just awful. It doesn't really do much, and even the tier 1 challenge, it's tedious really. Just you have to get 60,000 damage. 60,000 damage is just not fun not a fun character to use. Then you have really OP specialists like McKay, Sundance, and the reason for that is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We had a class system that used to be perfect. Basically, people like to play Battlefield because of those classes. If you compare that to Call of Duty, COD really never actually did that. So they added more stuff, more game modes for the players to play, but the core 6v6 game mode is still there. I mean, the operators that you get in every single COD game, aside from Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, actually they don't really matter because they're just cosmetics. They don't really give you any sort of perks or guns, I don't know, gadgets, not like in Battlefield 2042. So Battlefield should have stuck with the traditional class system and innovated in a different way. And I think Killswitch is a perfect example. The mode itself, I don't really think it belongs in Battlefield in the long term. I still would not really play it or pick it over Conquest or Breakthrough or Rush, but it's still a fun mode to play sometimes, and especially now when you can actually get stuff for playing it. The other thing is the Geist. I think the Geist now feel like they can make an impact on the battlefield. I don't know if you remember but when Killswitch actually dropped, guys were just useless. They wouldn't really do much. They would just freeze in the middle of a map and do nothing, and it was really easy to kill them. Now they've been buffed, and I think it's a fun experience overall. But like I said, I'm still not interested in playing it long term. I'd still stick with Conquest or Breakthrough, the classic Battlefield modes, I guess. And in this regard, I think Operations and Grand Operations from BF1 and BF5 are a great example of innovation that should have remained in Battlefield. I would really love them to see return in the future. I think 2042 or any futuristic or present day Battlefield game is a perfect place to actually introduce Operations back, because the developers had some sort of constraints in terms of history. You cannot create a totally different battle that didn't really take place. I mean, you could, but it would be met with a lot of criticism, you know, and people, probably the players, won't really enjoy it. With Battlefield 2042 and present modern day era games, I think that's a perfect opportunity for DICE to bring Operations back. I think that would be great, because that mode alone was the perfect example of how innovation should be done. But anyway, I'd like to talk about the gameplay you're watching right now. Like I said, I think it's one of the best games they've ever had on Battlefield 2042, and most certainly with Killswitch. Killswitch, in my opinion, is not very balanced as well, especially the maps they picked. Some maps like Redacted, I think the way we spawn just to the side of each other, the teams, is actually stupid and not really convenient. Actually, just before this game I was playing on Redacted, and my team was way better than the other team. So what we did, we essentially just cornered them in their spawn, and they were unable to get out of their spawn, and we just won the game. It's just not a very good idea it's just the first time actually I see an enemy team in an FPS game. Aside from that, I think that other maps that they picked, like for instance that Singapore map, it's just awful, you know. It's just a place for campers. The base maps for 2042 are probably the worst maps the Battlefield has ever seen. Just empty, a lot of open spaces. I know they reworked them and they feel way better, they play way better than they used to, but nonetheless, they are bad maps, and I don't think you can really do much about it. But this game in particular on Spearhead, definitely one of the best games I've ever had, and it actually brings me to another very important topic that I want to touch upon in the next videos: skill-based matchmaking. This feature has been around for quite some time in Call of Duty, at least since 2019, but before 2019 maybe it was in the game, but me personally, I think a lot of other people never really noticed. They just ramped it up with 2019, and each year it looks like they literally just keep ramping it up, something that I don't really get. I mean, it's repetitive, and you know, if you've had some sort of fun, if you've had a good game, odds are the next game is going to be awful. Or the game after that, you can actually predict the outcome of the next game, and it also screws your connection. You get into lobbies with a very high ping, you can't really shoot people, and you just get beamed and melted, you know. It just feels awful, not very enjoyable, and the only way I enjoy Call of Duty, and especially grinding camos, is just by joining bad accounts that I have as well. I don't think it's reverse boosting, and in general, reverse boosting, I don't think of it as cheating, because you're not actually using external software or external tools, like for instance Cronus Max. That's definitely cheating, and even though people are not banned for using Cronus Max, but for me, it's the only way I can enjoy Call of Duty these days, because I'm half decent, and the games I get into with my skill-based matchmaking, it's just not fun. I remember I tried MW2 Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 beta, and I didn't like it. I didn't reverse boost. It just felt very sweaty. It's just not fun. Repetitive, same thing over and over again. Didn't like it. And after that, even though I pre-purchased Modern Warfare 2, I didn't play it for an entire year. I think I'll grind the Ryan camo in Modern Warfare 3. But my point is that I'll talk about SBMM in a future video, but this is what SBMM actually takes away from you, the fun. You see, in this game, I face really good players on the other team. They don't really do that well. I mean, mean, I still go positive at the end of the match, but it was a very sweaty game. But in Battlefield, we don't really have skill-based matchmaking, which means that we have variety, and that's what I really like. I like King to be ping, and I really want that variety back in Call of Duty. So it's not about stomping on noobs, it's really about just being able to enjoy the game, to use all of the guns, all of the gadgets, and in Call of Duty you can't really do that, especially in Modern Warfare 3. The skill-based matchmaking is so obvious, so thick, that you really feel that you have to use the best guns, the best everything in the game, and the new armory unlock system is just ridiculous, really. But it's a topic for another video. I'm gonna leave you to it. I hope you like it. I'm not gonna tell you how this game is gonna end, but like I said, it's one of the best games I've ever had on Battlefield 2042. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the next one.
That node is under our control. Take it, have one more. AOS got another node online. Stay on site. The AI is certified back. Reloading weapon. Take care of that interference.
Back to the road! About 90 meters from my position!
Get the enemy off our objective.
Ready! Take that objective! Sentry in place! Grenade! Target is down! Requesting medical aid!
Enemy took that node offline. Hostiles are blocking our signal. Fight for control and hold it.
Assembling sentry!
Node's ours. Let's keep it that way.
I need medical help! Reloading now. Requesting medical aid. I need medical help. Keep away from me.
Don't back down now!
Medic!
Soldier down! Get them a medic!
Help me up now! Somebody! Multiple infantry! About 60 meters from my
This
position!
node is all ours.
Hostile located! Hurry, block!
Block that node off and keep on it.
Infantry sighting! Southwest!
Stick around. That'll need a minute to print.
Enemy soldier! 110 meters away!
Get the enemy off our objective. Stay on site. The AI's sure to fight back.
Target threat! 130 meters away!
Danger located! Let's see how they handle this.
Hostiles are blocking our signal.
Кто-нибудь, помогите!
Objective mark! Sentry in place!
We lost control of that node. We've lost ground. The enemy's gonna take
There's
this.
a man down!
That's an Archangel printer. See what it
Charge
makes.
is ready!
AOS got another node online.
Grenade out! Objective mark!
I won't forget!
Thank you. Take that objective. That's another one for me. Enemy close your mouth. And close.
No, it's ours. Let's keep it that way. Take care of that interference.
Reloading! Enemy is down! My sentry is ready. There's a man down! Take out! Charge is ready!
This node has been locked down. Get the enemy off our objective. Whatever this is, keep it out of the enemy's hands. Fight for control and hold it.
Take that objective!
Stay on site. The AI is certified back.
Let's see! Hostile located! It's close to me! Enemy infantry there! Somebody! Help! Sentry in place!
One of us is down! That node is under our control. We're close to complete capture. Seize the last node. Engaging me! Block that node off and keep on it.
That one is down! Reloading ammunition! Objective marked.
Node's ours. Let's keep it that way. Hostiles are blocking our signal.
Enemy soldier, 70 meters from my position. Friendly is hit. Infantry sighting. I need help. Ready for action! Grenade out! Grenade hit! Reloading!
I'm okay! Союзник истекает кровью! Excellent job.
Far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets was such a waste, such a waste, such a waste. Looking on the city lights, flashing bright in my eyes. Look up to the sky and I got this relief inside. Then there's no need to hide. I'm going